Welcome to the 2022 AAE Arizona Cup. I'm Trenton Cowles here with...
I am Matthew Requa, and we are starting off with the compound women's gold medal match with Paige Pearce versus Tanja Gellenthien.
Target number 1, we have Paige Pearce. Target number 2, Tanja Gellenthien. And shooting first on target 2 will be Tanja.
Tanja will be shooting first on target 2 with Paige. Our U.S. number 1 is on target 1.
Tanya's last two matches have been amazing, 146 and a 147. Paige's has pretty much been the same, 147, 148. So this is going to be a super exciting gold medal match at 50 meters. Ooh, right 9.
Both these shooters are both individual medalists on the World Cup and World Championship stage. So these are some of the top archers in the world.
9.
Both starting off just a little right on that one.
Compound matches are done at 50 meters and are total score. Both archers will shoot 15 arrows, and whoever has the highest score after 15 arrows will be the winner. They'll shoot these arrows arrow per arrow, 3 arrows an end. That's almost a spider right there. So if it comes down to a shoot-off, they're going to replace the faces.
10.
Now the question is, can Paige remain perfect through the first end?
That'll tie up the match for the first set.
9.
Oh, and just out.
So Tanja leads 29-28 going into this first end. 4 ends of scoring left. In each of their coaches' boxes.
Are there significant others? In Tanya's case, it's her husband, Braden, and in Paige's, it's her fiance, Tate. That's his
Tate
name.
Morgan.
My apologies. I just completely forgot his name.
All right, it looks like our scores have been confirmed.
And scores are official, 28-29 with a 1 point advantage to Tanja.
So they're doing the flip cards down there. Both archers know exactly what they've shot the end before, and they know their total match.
In the compound finals, they are raw score rather than the set system.
Raw score here in compound matches makes it a little more intense, because in recurve you can't have like a bad arrow here or there and just forget about it. Here in compound you need to be perfect every single arrow because they all count.
But that also gives you you cannot just become lazy towards the end as if you have a lead, because you got to continue to shoot just perfect every time.
You have to stay in the match 100%. Starting off this set will be Paige Pearce, because she's currently trailing in the match 28-29. She's going to want to put down a solid start, put the pressure back on Tanja. 10, beautiful shot. And that's going to be answered with, oh, a 9 just out. As we were saying, those sting the most, because you know that it's a good shot and maybe it was carried by the wind, just flexed wrong. Just out. The wind seems to be picking up in the opposite direction from earlier. Earlier it was a right to left wind. Now it seems to be a left to right wind. Archers are going to have to find a new spot to aim off.
Nothing worse than just not having consistent wind. Aiming off is easy if you know where to aim.
10,
And that will guarantee at least a tie for Paige.
After 6 arrows, Paige shot a 57. Tanja, after that
9-10 liner.
9-10 liner, is going to be either at a 57 or 56.
We may have a tie, we may not.
We'll just have to wait for the judges to see.
Those scores.
6 arrow shot. That means there are still 9 arrows left in the match. Plenty of room for both archers to continue shooting amazing. Down there, the arrow pullers. That's Aaron Mickleberry and Sawyer Sullivan. Sawyer just started his senior debut here at the AAE Arizona Cup 2022.
With the bronze medal, I believe.
Bronze medal in eliminations, and he qualified number 1. Number 2 was Mike Slosher. So he's shooting against the best in the world here.
And he's holding his own.
So I see here that both archers currently have scopes on the line. Is that something you usually see in a gold medal match?
Usually not, but in the matches where they don't have any sort of aid to help you see where your arrows landed, it's not uncommon because the archers want to get fine-tuned where millimeters, as we see with Tanya's.
Everything matters.
Everything matters.
So yeah, in some gold medal matches they'll have some TVs or they're going to have a large screen that displays where arrows are. Here we currently do not have that, so they have elected to use a scope instead.
Cumulative of 57. Tanja had a 10.99 for 28. Cumulative 57. We have a tie.
It looks like Tanya's did actually catch the line, so they will be tied 57-57 after just 6 arrows.
Shooting first will be Tanja on lane 2.
We go back, since the score is tied, we will be going back to the original shooting order with Tanja shooting first.
And look, the wind died down while they were pulling the arrows, and it's picking back up for when they're shooting. Isn't that just their luck? Again, just low, a 9.
Paige with the liner on the right, being called a 10.
We'll have to see that when the judges go down to the target.
9.
Right on top of her other one. She just seems to be a tad bit low.
See if Paige can capitalize on that 9.
10.
And she does.
It's giving herself a 2-point cushion after 8 arrows. Another 9.
A little quick on that one from Tanja.
Her timing doesn't seem to be as consistent as
We normally see of her.
Do you think that could be because of the wind? She's trying to get some of her shots off quicker.
It's probably due to the wind and just her bubble, her target, her pin just lands on the 10 ring and she might have a tendency to punch it, which is not something you want to do.
Okay. So Paige, if hers is a 30, then she'll have a 3-point lead after 9 arrows. 6 arrows left in the match.
And it was downgraded to a 29, so Paige has a 2-point lead going into end number 4.
86-84, a very close match. Tanja will be starting the next set as she is trailing in the match. You can see the windsock shifting now. There's that flag that's by target number 1. They're really blowing left to right now.
86 to Tanja's 84. As with all prior matches, this will go to 5 ends. High score will win. Unless they are tied, then they will go to a single arrow sudden death shoot-off.
2 points to catch up in 2 ends.
Easily doable.
Especially in a wind like this. One can get caught by the wind, blown out. You just need to be super consistent with every single one of your shots. And both these archers are some of the best in the world.
10.
The liner 10. Putting some pressure on Paige.
A 9. So 10 arrows in, they're 1 point apart. Tanja here shooting her 11th arrow. 9.
Paige can regain her 2-point lead here.
With a 10. X.
And does.
There you go. After 11 arrows, 2-point difference between Paige and Tanja.
10.
10. Pressure's back on Paige. X follows it up suit. 29 apiece for both of these archers.
The judges confirmed the score that will give Paige a 2-point lead with a 115 versus 113 over Tanja of Denmark.
12 arrows have been shot, a maximum score of 120. Paige Pearce has only dropped 5 points. Tanja has only dropped 7. They're only 2 points apart, and 3 more arrows left of this match.
2 points might seem a lot, but in these wins and with this pressure, one mistake, and it could easily end in a tie or even a Tanja winning.
If you just misjudge the wind a little bit and you're just out, then there could be huge swings here.
Paige is ahead by 2 points, 115 to Tanya's 113.
But it always gives you confidence when you lead going into that last end, because you just need to keep making your same shots. Tanja, heading into the final end, will be shooting first as she is the trailing archer.
Shooting first on target 2, Tanja.
And she's going to be looking to put a solid first arrow into the target.
She has to put the pressure on. Try to force a mistake out of Paige.
Wind's picking up. Ooh, a 9. So Paige, if she just matches arrow per arrow, will win, as she still has that 2-point advantage. And an X.
All Paige now has to do is hit goal for remaining 2 shots, though knowing her, she would like to shoot some 10s.
10.
And a 10 from Tanja.
Tanja now trails by 3 points after 13 arrows, and she shot 14, so Paige has got an unusually long hold. An 8. So Tanja has regained one of those points.
So now it's a 1-point difference going to the final arrow.
A 10?
Both those will have to be checked by the judges, but from here they look in.
So if Paige has a 10, she will be the winner.
If it's a 9, it will go to a shoot-off.
And it's a 9.
Ooh.
It'll come down to the judge's call, but from here it looks like we're going to go to a 1-arrow shoot-off.
All right. We just need to hear from the scorers and to make sure this is all correct.
A 142 for both archers out of 150.
1-arrow shoot-off.
Both archers only dropping 8 points.
In this win, that's pretty impressive.
That is very impressive at 50 meters under these conditions.
We're waiting for the judge's signal.
And due to Paige's earlier shot, I think they're going to have to replace faces.
Judges are taking their time.
Both archers are now getting back up to the line, so I do think it's confirmed that we will be going to a one-arrow shoot-off.
And there it is. The judge has confirmed that it is a tie.
We are tied at 142 for each archer.
A singular arrow, all pressure, this whole tournament is going to be decided by this one arrow.
But no pressure.
None at all, none at all. They've done this, what, 100,000 times?
But usually not for this stakes.
Oh, absolutely not.
You can see the 142 for each archer. The judges will put up brand new target faces for this one arrow shoot-off.
One more arrow is to be shot by the compound women to decide the 2022 AAE Arizona Cup Compound Woman Champion. Looking at their scores end per end, Paige Pearce has shot a 28, 29, 29, 29, 27 for a 142. And Tanja shot a 29, 28, 27, 29, 29. Both shooting the same end scores, just in a different order.
Even with the amount of experience these ladies have, nerves can still get you.
Nerves and the conditions.
And
These are not easy conditions.
And with the wind, it just amplifies any mistake that you make.
Absolutely. You need to have strong shots every single arrow. Tanja will shoot first in this
First,
single arrow shoot-off.
Tanja.
20 seconds on the clock. Everything comes down to this one arrow. It's a quick shot, and it's a 10. Paige is looking to get an arrow closer than Tanya's 10.
And she does.
And she does. Both archers shooting 10s, shooting perfect scores. Now it's coming down to a measure.
Which one is closest to the center? Well done, ladies.
From here, it looks like Paige, but the judges will be the judge.
Yeah. If the judges can tell by their eyes, they will signal the winner, which looks like they are. Paige Pearce is our 2022 AAE Arizona Cup Compound Woman Champion.
Well, oops. Paige Pearce.
Did they just make an announcement error?
I think they announced the wrong winner. But Paige Pearce is our winner, with Tanja Gellenthien being our silver medalist, as she does not go home empty-handed.
And it looks like Danielle Lutz is third place.